Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Hey RV. All right, we have a anti-matter Morty video. Title of the video: Cyraxx Halloween Livestream Meltdown. Oh my gosh! So I've been doing some little more Cyraxx videos here. Going to John channel, going to this channel. Gonna throw in some Swampy D in here. This is amazing. He's feeding the trolls, which is just absolutely amazing. So, huge shout out to all the members, all the recent supporters. Thank you so much for your continued support. If this is new, if this is coming up in your recommends, hit that sub, like, comment. It does wonders for getting this video out, getting more viewers, newer viewers. We're trying to get to 5,000 to 7,000 subscribers by the end of the year. All right, enough for me. Let's get it.
Doing what?
Sending drones to my house, sending people to my house, sending people to my lawyer's house. Why are you doing it? Answer the question! Why are you doing it?
Oh no!
Doing what?
Sending drones to my house, sending people to my house, sending people to my lawyer's house. Why are you doing it? Answer the question! Why are you doing it?
You walking barefoot, smell your feet. Got the squad rolling deep, can't stand on their feet. The on the grip, hands in the dope, funny pot. Sticky fingers, palm luggage, the block stay hot. Cyraxx, shadow boxing, swinging at the air, undefeated in delusion. Reality don't care, Jupiter creeping, got the whole crew shook. But it'll got a band from the book, Josh Block at the hill. Bottle in his clutch, captain of a ship that's been sinking too much. Over Navy rattling, can't step to the throne. Worry, talk the mic, let them reap what they've sown.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Thanks for stopping by the channel again today. I hope all of you have had a good Halloween weekend so far. But we are, of course, here to talk about somebody who did not have a good Halloween weekend because he spent it making live streams, crying about court cases, making one of the most embarrassing self-defense tutorial videos I've ever seen, which is really saying something because he's done that like 10 times now, one of which included a tactical washer, and popping on panel on Halloween night.
Wait, oh my gosh, okay. Oh, okay.
On William's Rumble channel to have a meltdown. So before we get into any of his updates, let's watch him cry on the live panel a little bit, and then we'll get into the brunt of all of his newest complaints.
What do you want, little man?
What's that?
I want you guys to I don't want no
You know, I gotta say, before he starts, his hair looks 100 times more insane than usual.
I want to know why you guys.
No, Chance.
Because I know what you guys are doing. I'm not
Can you
stupid.
hear us, Chance?
I want to understand
Chance,
why you guys are.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
You're going to turn us up, and you're going to have a conversation with us.
I want to know. We're not going to know. We're not going to have a conversation. It's going to be me asking you guys questions that.
Well, ask your question and get it over with.
I refuse. You're not going to talk to me. I'm not a child.
Oh my gosh!
You shut up. You shut up.
You damn
You make me shut up.
What we'll say is
crack.
Southern
Shut the
both
fuck
have
up, fucking crack. Shut the fuck up, Cruella.
God, I can't wait to edit this. You guys are gonna be getting like every.
Yeah, dude, the video I just had to put out, dude. The edit, I had to edit so much out of that just to lower down the f-bombs, dude, and the slurs is out of control, dude.
Third word.
Stupid William. Tell me, mother. Why are you really doing this?
I've never understood the question, why are you really doing this? Because no matter what...
I know! Why does it matter? Even if they told them the 100% honest truth, is that going to change anything?
...answer you give him, which is always all of his crimes and the many things he's done over the years, he's always just going to say, no, that's not the real reason, give me a real reason. Like, at this point, I don't know what reason he would accept that would make him even ask that question.
You have to answer that, William.
Shut your ass up before.
I won't.
Cruella, shut the fuck
Fuck you right now. I'm right from you, and you're going to leave your house. You're fluffy.
Shut the fuck
and leave the house.
So, I've never seen this Cruella person on any of the panels before, but for some reason, the way that she said, you ain't going to leave the house, just got me. Because, like, there's been a lot of very creative insults leveled at Chance over the years.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude.
people come up with puns, they make up rhymes, they compare him to every Hills Have Eyes,
The scabbies are out of control.
300, whatever it is, deformed character that they can
300, oh yeah, the hunchback dude.
think of. Resident Evil villains. But sometimes someone just saying the most basic truth. Like, there was...
Oh, like he looks like a squeaky toy? Yeah.
one a long time ago, Schmecklecat just went, hey, Chance, why aren't you allowed alone with the dog? And I remember I, like, spit my drink out laughing at that. Sometimes just the very simple, truthful statements kill me more than anything else.
Oh, William,
You'll
tell me
talk.
the real.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, yeah, dude, that's like all... Yeah, that's what it's like editing one of these videos.
You gotta have your answer your questions for you like a coward. A real
You
man
haven't asked a
answers his own
question. You haven't asked a question.
Ask a question.
Answer his own question.
Quit screaming. Stop.
Yeah, he's right. He hasn't asked a question. And also, just those circles that he goes in during these conversations, if you can even call them that, I guess one-way screaming rants are great. The other night on one of the panels with John, he screamed, "Shut up and answer the question." It's one or the other, Rex. It's one or the other.
You haven't asked the question. Shut up.
I don't need to answer my
Shut up
question.
and answer the question.
Yeah, well, Cyraxx, luckily for the female population of the world, you would never have a woman who was willing to advocate for you. So, I don't know. That's kind of like when someone who's always been really broke says, like, I don't need a nice car. I don't care about any of that. It's like, yeah, well, I don't know. I tend to believe that more when someone rich who could afford a nice car chooses to drive a Civic just because they genuinely don't have, like, a preference for expensive cars. Like, I believe that person because they have the option to afford a nice car. But someone who has, like, no income just being like, oh, yeah, I don't really care about cars. I would drive whatever. It's like, well, I don't know. We've never really had you in a situation to prove that, so I'm not just going to take your word for it. And now that I'm thinking of it, the one woman he ever did have in the house, he did try to hide behind Heather and have her fight his battles for him. He also cried for Karen during his arrest, and for quite a long time, he would try to bring Sally into these arguments, so I'm calling BS on this one, Chance.
You do, apparently. That makes you a
You have the question.
Now, answer
the
my
question?
goddamn
Every night. What are you talking about?
Shut the up, Cruella. I'm not
Southern.
I didn't
What am I
fucking
doing?
say anything. That was
now
so
my goddamn question, you stupid. What's the
What's
real
the
reason why you're
question?
doing all this shit?
Doing what?
Sending drones to my house, sending people to my house, sending people to my lawyer's house. Why are you doing it? I know it's you, motherfucker. I'm not dumb. Now tell me why you're really doing it.
You know, it's kind of amazing that Chance doesn't understand at all when he chooses to do these things because he is a creature that relies solely on his id to make decisions. He has no super ego whatsoever. He is pure instinct all the time. This was a nearly 3-hour-long stream from William, right, on Halloween night. And William's streams always do really, really well. It's great content. He's a good content creator, so he always gets like tons and tons of viewers and tons of love. However, since Halloween night, since this stream happened, all the compilations have covered this 5 minutes that Chance showed up. All of the commentary channels have covered this 5 minutes that Chance showed up and had a meltdown. I guarantee you, the amount of times that this little segment right here has been replayed versus any other 10 or 20 minutes in the video is like a massive spike. You know what I mean? This is easily the best part of the content, is having him show up and actually freak out. He's always upset that all these other people get so much better content and better reviews and more positivity and all this attention, but he doesn't understand that, like, him playing into their hands and doing stuff like this is the absolute best thing that can happen to any of these channels. The best thing that can happen for any detractor of any LoLCow, whether it's DSP, whether it's Wings of Redemption, whether it's Nova, whether it's Cyraxx, is for whichever LoLCow you cover to yell your name. And he just cannot stop doing it. He can't.
Yeah, that's... Oh, man, and Wings cannot keep my name out of his mouth at all, dude.
Can't stop name dropping. He can't stop appearing on panel. He feels the need to respond to every single negative thing that's said about him. And it's like, you are fueling that. He always says he wants it to stop, but he's actively going outside and pouring gasoline on the fire every single night, and then looking out the attic window and going, "Can you believe it's still burning?" It makes no sense.
Tell me the real motherfucker.
My
Why
lawyers
are
have
you
not
really
answered that
doing
question.
it? Answer the question. Why are you doing it? You can't hide
because
it.
you're a dumb bitch.
I'm not talking to you. Now,
You know they revised that
tell
code,
me
right?
the real reason, you coward ass.
Does that revise that
Come on,
code,
you
Chance?
coward punk. Come on, William. Tell me the real reason, you boy. I know it's you, man. I have all the proof. I have every bit of evidence
Why
I
are you
need.
asking me if you have all the proof?
Because I
I know, right?
want to know the real reason personally as to why you're doing it.
It's because you're ugly and you're goofy looking.
Nah, that ain't a real answer.
So that's where he loses me, right? Because for years, he would get made fun of and he would get trolled, and people would say their reasons were the things that he's done, the Blind Billy stuff, the Sally stuff, the stings that he's been caught in. People would list those as the reasons, and he would say, no, those are fake reasons, those aren't the real reasons. The real reason is because of how I look. It's because I look different. But then somebody, like William knows that, so William plays into it by saying, I do it because of how you look, and he goes, no, that's not the real reason. So, like, again, what reason would he accept? At what point could William say, this is why I do it, and he would go, okay, now I understand, I'll stop asking. Like, I just don't even understand. I don't even think he's actually asking a question. I just think what's the reason is like a catchphrase to yell. It's no different than 7 years, Marty, even when it's only been 5 years or when it's been 10. It doesn't matter. It's just like something to spit at his opponents.
What's the real answer? Tell me why you're doing it. What's the real answer, motherfucker? Be a fucking man for once in your miserable fucking life and give me a real fucking answer as to why you're fucking with me and fucking with my lawyer. Answer me! Why you doing it? Answer me, coward!
I would like
Why
to
you
invoke my
doing
Fifth
it?
Amendment at this time.
Answer me!
You know what the Fifth
Chance,
Amendment
what are
is?
you gonna
Shut the fuck up and answer me, William! You don't answer
do
nobody
when you
but
can't
me!
afford
Shut the F up and answer me. Like, he did it again. I love when he does that. That's one of my favorite Raxisms, is shut up and answer me.
food next
Answer
month?
my question, William! Be a fucking man, you coward! Answer my question, punk!
What are you gonna do when you can't afford food next month? You
What are you
fucking
gonna
bitch?
do? Your
Answer done. No more
Answer
food
my
stamps, food and
question,
salad.
William!
There's no
Answer me,
money.
William, the
No
What's the matter, William?
You know, come to think of it, I think pretty much every LoLCow out there is on food stamps, and if this strike goes on for too long, I'm gonna have to become like a Cooking with Morty channel or something like that, because I don't think Tofia or Cyraxx can handle very long without food, and we certainly know they're not paying for it themselves.
I have a answer question for you, you little you coward. For you, that makes you a coward.
If that's what you say.
I want to know why you're really doing it, man. Why?
Doing what?
Why
My
you doing
stream?
this shit, man?
You're like a clown to me. It makes me laugh. It makes all these things.
He's getting so mad. I'm sorry, y'all, but that's too good, dude. When the look he got in his eye and the way his mouth just dropped open when William said, "You're like a clown to me. I think you're so funny," is sending me off the deep end right now.
So you fucking with me and my fucking lawyer makes you laugh. That's why you're doing this for a joke? Are you
Because you're a
you're
bad
trying to
person.
get people who are doing this shit, man?
You're a bad
And
person.
William, you just sealed your fate for you, Southern and Sean. For
Everything
you.
is done in nothing. We're hanging out having a Halloween stream.
I
You're here
just got
now
William
talking
and
about.
Mason doing
Your
what
hair
needs
doesn't
to
look
be
nice,
done.
man.
I just got William to openly admit to thinking that you're funny. Like, at what point does he think the linchpin of some court case will be a soundbite of
man.
William saying, "You're like a clown to me. I like to laugh at you"? He's so beyond delusional.
You guys are cooked. You're done.
You call that cook? Are you that stupid?
All right, so that was Chance's appearance on panel, but of course that's not all we have from him today. We have lots more to cover. After his big Halloween racks out, he made a 45-minute stream where he goes off about how he thinks the next hearing is going to go, which currently is scheduled for November 6th. So strap in, because we have quite a lot to talk about with this one.
Oh, John, I have a message I want you to give to not only William, but Southern. Because this is pertaining to all three. You still haven't figured it out, have you? You still haven't figured out the one thing that you are. See, you say that I'm a slave to you. But on the contrary, it is you who is a slave to me. And you want to know how that is? Let me break it down for you. See, while I'm over here living my life, not thinking about you, thinking about my future and the good and the fun that I'm going to do and have, and the fact that I'm going to get to live my life normally again for the first time in 6 years.
Right off the bat here, already a couple of things to say. I just got to say, I've never heard a 35-year-old man so often say the word fun. I'm not saying that just because...
Bro, you need to go check out DSP, because that's, and Wings, both of them talk about having fun while they're working.
As you're an adult, you shouldn't, like, enjoy your life. But there are just so many
Well, that's
things
what hobbies
that I'm
are
concerned
for,
about.
Bro. Hey, that's what hobbies are for, dude. Hobbies are supposed to be fun. Your job, no. I mean, that's just kind of how it is.
Before I even think about the word fun. You know what I mean? It's like, is my family taken care of? Are my bills paid? Is there food in the cabinets? Is there gas in the car? Am I performing at work? Am I putting enough time into studying to make sure my education goes well? Like, I feel like most of us, even by the time you're 17 or 18, getting to the end of high school, maybe you have an extracurricular that you really have to put a lot of time into to try to get into college, or you have a part-time job that you work so you can, like, even just make the money to be able to go out and have quote-unquote fun. But, like, as soon as you enter adulthood, usually responsibility starts encroaching onto the fun,
Right.
and then the fun becomes, like, a reward.
Right, that's kind of like what you do on Friday and Saturday outside of work. You know, once you have to start paying rent and shit like that.
That you get to sneak in on, like, a Sunday afternoon for all the hard work that you do. I can certainly never imagine looking another adult in the face, like, catching up with a couple of my buddies, and they're like, "How's life recently?" And I'm like, "Well, you know, I've been working so hard. I'm not sure I've been having enough fun." They would all clown the shit out of me and ask me if I was 10 years old and I wanted to have my birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese if I ever said that shit. It's just a ridiculous thing to be constantly thinking about all the time. You would think that even if he was going down this route of
man.
argument, it would be like, "Oh, I need
Dude, that's so true.
the trolling to stop so that I can get hired at a job because it's hard for me to get a job because of the trolling," or "I need the trolling to stop so I can help Sally with the grocery shopping in public without getting pointed at." Not like, "I need the trolling to stop so that I can have a more enjoyable experience playing an old Forza game offline." Like, what are you even talking about, Chance?
How you and William and Southern can go after me. But that's the difference between me and you, John. I live rent-free in your head. You don't even own a tiny speck of an inch of land in my head. And you call what I do
What?
cowardice. You call what I do acting insane. No, that's another difference between me and you. Hides behind his lies. But me, even if it's wrong, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get the real truth. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to do the right thing. I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
No, you're
Because
not.
unlike you, John, I'm not a sheep to the slaughter. I lead the herd. That's the difference between me and you, John. I'm a good person who's willing to do whatever it takes to do what's right.
Wow.
So here's another nice little thing to point out here. If you're not dumb, you don't need to constantly say, "I'm not dumb, I can read." If you're a good person, you don't constantly need to say, "I'm a good person, William." It's just something that people, like, I don't know about you based on your reputation. So the fact that he needs to constantly reinforce that he's smart, he can read, he's a good person, he's normal, is just a huge red flag, even if you don't know anything about him.
Even if it means stooping down to your pathetic level to get the job done. Even if I have to say shit that I'm normally not okay with, that I would normally never say under any circumstance.
What do you mean Dude, you say things so easily that it sounds like you say them on a regular basis when you're not trying to get people's streams taken down.
That's what makes me above you. That's what makes you my subordinate and me your superior. Because I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure the right thing
What?
gets done, the job gets done, and it's done correctly. Unlike you, I know no bounds. And when it comes to my family and protecting my family, I will do whatever it takes to protect my family. That's the difference between me and you, John. You're a coward that hides behind a screen for money. You're a coward that runs and hides. See, I'm willing to lay it all on the line. I'm willing to put my body on the line to protect my own. I'm willing to do whatever I have to do to protect my family. See, you think that you're running and hiding from the truth.
Yeah, Chance, you being willing to put your body on the line to protect something is like if I wanted to buy a new truck and I said, I'm willing to trade in this 2004 Hyundai Elantra with no front bumper, a cracked windshield, and 2 bent rims in order to be able to afford this car. It's like, well, you can certainly put it on the line, but it's not worth anything. If anything, it might drive up the price that we have to take this thing off your hands.
But the truth is, John, the only thing you're running from is yourself. See, you say that I'm a slave to you, but in reality, you're a slave to me, and more importantly, you're a slave to your own devices. And that's what you don't realize.
Ooh.
You and William and Southern are a slave to your own manipulating evil ways.
a slave to what?
Slave to me, and more importantly, you're a slave to your own devices. And that's what you don't realize. You and William and Southern are a slave to your own manipulating evil, to your own manipulating, 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 to your own manipulating evil ways. You're a slave to the system. I'm a slave to no one.
Cyraxx, you can't get food without government assistance. You wouldn't have housing without your grandma,
man.
who also probably wouldn't have housing without government assistance. And you wouldn't even be a known quantity without the attention of all the people that you hate so much. So you're right, you're not a slave, because nobody's forcing you to work. No one who was ever a slave got to lay around in bed all day and do nothing and complain and have everything provided for them. Honestly, if your living conditions weren't being in a bedbug-ridden, moldy attic, throughout most of human history, a lifestyle where you don't have to work and people bring all your food directly to your bed would have classified you as some type of royalty. You're like the Duke of Akron.
You're a zombie that follows the herd, blindly following money wherever it goes.
Oh,
But me,
man.
I'm a Ronin that wanders and helps those that I can when I can. And I do everything in my power to make sure that
Wanders, bro. You don't leave the house.
the right thing gets done no matter what the cost. And you try to blame your brothers on me and stuff. And am I glad that personally? Yes. And you want to know why? Because that man was just as evil and just as sick and vile as you are. So on a personal level, yes, I'm glad but at the same time, don't you dare put his on me. Because I tried to save him. I tried to stop him from taking that fentanyl. Several times, I tried to reach out and put a stop to it.
Okay, so just to correct some history here, Chance did not ever try to help Marty
Yeah, I was gonna say, when did he ever do that?
with anything that Marty struggled with. That's completely ridiculous. He would tauntingly say things like, you better stop doing what you're doing before something terrible happens to you. But that's more of a threat than like,
And how did he know he was even? Did he like say he was doing it on stream?
actually saying something out of concern. So the way that he's now trying to act like, no matter how mean Marty was to him, he was always this benevolent helper who was trying to make things better for him. The things that he said to Marty, the slurs that he slung at him, the German historical figures that he said he was going to be Marty's personal version of, there was no love lost. And this is exactly what he did with Cobra, where he's like, oh, me and Cobra always argued with each other, but behind the scenes, we were really bros. It's like, shut up. No, you weren't. You're a shameless liar, and you're not fooling anyone.
Many times, I reached out and told him, put the drugs down, they won't. Many times, I told him that if he doesn't get help, I'd be willing to get the help for him. Only reason why I wasn't able to get him the help that he needed was because he never gave me his real address. So I couldn't get the help that he needed.
Yes, because Cyraxx, the man who freaks out twice a week about how he can't afford a new computer, could afford to send somebody else into a treatment program, even if he hated that person. Okay.
So if you think that your charges aren't going to be, if you think those charges that you got hit with ain't going to be brought back up, and if you don't think that you're not going to get retried for those crimes, oh, trust me, you will.
Oh, but they won't.
See, you and William and Southern chase money. Me, I chase freedom. I chase down justice.
Yeah, well, you were chasing down something so much that they had to move the bus stop off your street.
While you chase evil
What, is that true?
and money for power. I chase money for freedom.
You chased the dog until Sally put a lock on your door.
I chase justice and doing the right thing.
You chased Blind Billy until they made you move schools.
Because unlike you, I actually have a soul. I actually have a heart. But you got nothing. The only thing you have is a box of lies that you depend on day in and day out, day in and day out.
And the only thing that you have is a box full of glitter that you thought was going to have $1,400 in it.
And you
That was 14,000.
depend on that box of lies to cover your ass. But me, I don't have to depend on lies to cover my ass. Your brother Marty did an illegal thing on me
Dude, look at how many times he has to edit out the dead air.
all those years ago, and that's what led me to this point.
Marty didn't even do this thing. It was Mash Troll Mafia, so he's just
And there's nothing illegal about what they did.
hanging all this stuff on Marty's head that Marty didn't even do.
Do I think he got off easy? By ODing on fentanyl, yes. I do believe he got off easy. But that was then, and this
Cyraxx got off of his incident where he attacked Aware of Myself after spending like overnight at the police station, and legally he's gotten away scot-free with all the sting attempts he's been caught in over the years.
I know,
but he
that's
thinks
crazy.
Marty, who literally passed away in a really rough way, got off easy? Like, what would have been, in his mind, Marty getting his just desserts? What does he think is an acceptable punishment for internet trolling? Like, are we going back to medieval times? Do we need to wheel out, like, the devices? Should he have been drawn and quartered? Like, I don't understand what he even wants here.
This is now. You need to get over it, John. Your brother's dead. He's never coming back, and he did this shit to himself. I did not do this to him. He did this to himself. See, John, you're turning out just like Marty did. Losing yourself in the spotlight, chasing fame and greed. But me, I've never once lost myself. Yeah, sure, I may have flipped out. I may have gone off and done shit that I'm not proud of. That may be true. But that's the difference between me and you, John. Like I said, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure the right thing gets done. And the right people pay for what they've done. When it comes to evil like you. But me and you, we are far more different than what you think. You hide behind lies like they're the truth. But me, I stand in front of the truth and defend it. I stand in front of the truth and defend it and stand on it no matter what. You and your friends have committed several crimes against me, including Little Tibbets TV, who blackmailed me into calling myself your brother Marty, who not only did the awful shit they did, but also pretended to be females and then turned around and blackmailed me into committing.
You didn't have to respond to those messages, idiot.
Well, they didn't just pretend to be females, Chance. There's something a little bit more insidious about it that you're intentionally choosing to leave out there.
Right,
when people say
course.
females,
Yeah.
I first of all
How old were they trying to pretend to be, or what?
think that they're probably the type of a person who listens to podcasts that I would hate, because who is referring to women as females other than cringe TikTok influencers who tell you the best way to make a first date go well is to ask to go Dutch and treat her like crap? But I digress. When you hear the term female, you think of an adult woman. You think of someone, an 18-plus man, if you will. But they weren't posing as females, now were they, Chance?
Myself, even though I was uncomfortable with it. I felt like I didn't have a choice. And I did what I had to do to protect my family. You and Marty and Southern and William are all evil scum. And like you, shouldn't have a place on the internet or in this world or in society. The only place people like you belong is in a goddamn jail cell. That's where you belong. And you wanna know why I don't follow society's rule? Let me tell you why. Because society is soft.
No, you don't follow
you don't follow society's rules because you're a disgusting human being.
society's rules because society ostracizes the things that you like,
Right.
and rightfully so.
Society is full of a bunch of mindless softies.
Yeah, look at all these mindless softies who want the girls they date to be like 25. What a bunch of weirdos. They're not a subversive outsider radical like me, Chance Wilkins.
Running around, following the rules, being comfortable in their ways. They want change, but they never want to do anything to make that change happen.
What?
But yet, here I am, every day, fighting for that change. Doing things that people are uncomfortable with.
And what do you want changed, dude?
Oh, there's the only truth he's told the whole time. Yes, Chance, you've done things that people are very uncomfortable with, and that's when you yell, "What's the real reason?" at William. That's actually a great clip to play right back at you, is because you've done things that people are very uncomfortable with.
I'm comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
But you...
Yeah, we know. We've seen the things that you put
I
places
know,
that they're not
bro.
supposed to go. The stylus, and God forbid the fidget spinner, looked very uncomfortable.
You're comfortable behind your screen, hiding like a coward, making money off of people like they're just tools. But really, the only tool here I see, John, and Southern and William, are you three. If anybody's the tool here, it's you three, not me. You guys are the tools, not me. You guys are the ones that run around and victimize people for profit, not me. You guys are the ones that run around and commit crimes and try to hide them, not me. You try to hide your mistakes and cover them up with a lie. I admit to my mistakes, and I stand on that shit, and I own up to my fucks. You don't. You make a mistake, and then you try to blame the other person, saying that, oh, well, he did this. What about him? What about what he did? Not what I did. And believe me, if Marty, aka Nicholas, was still alive, he'd be facing the same charges as the three of you, if not more. So if you think for one moment that the three of you are free from justice, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Ooh.
I already proved your lawyer to be a fake, a fraud, and a phony. I already proved that he filed fake paperwork, which means, in reality, those charges will be getting brought back up against you, John.
He still believes it. He still believes. Oh my God, he still believes it.
They will be
Holy
getting brought back up,
shit.
and you will be recharged with those crimes.
Yeah, Chance, have you ever heard of Double Jeopardy?
On top of everything else that you've done. Same with you, William, and same with you, Southern. You guys don't think that you're not going to face punishment for every little thing that you did? The thing that you need to realize about me is this. When I'm on a mission to get a job done, I do it correctly, 100% of the way, all the way. And I've made it my personal mission to make sure that you three pay for everything that you've done to me.
Chance, you don't even make it all the way to the bathroom in time.
Ooh.
I make sure that you make for everything that you've done to me. That is my mission, to make sure that you cannot me or anyone else ever again. And yeah, I'm aware that there might be others after you, And let me tell you right now, when you three are sitting in prison for what you did, let me tell you right now, I will bring you to justice. See, you guys are probably sitting back in your little Discord servers, laughing and joking or whatever, that's fine. You think I give up? No.
No, I don't
Yeah,
care
you
at
do.
all, which is why at the crack of dawn on November 1st, I'm making a 45-minute video talking to no one about it.
You don't think I don't know your tactics, what you're going to try on the day of court?
Talking to no one about it.
You don't think I'm not? You don't think that when we do that court meeting on Zoom here on the 6th, you don't think that you're not going to pay for what you've done? You don't think that you guys aren't going to go down for every single thing that you've done? You will. You will most certainly pay for what you've done. Like I said, that's the difference between me and you, Sean, William, and Southern. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to do the right thing and get the job done. Even if it means doing things that I'm not comfortable with doing, especially when it comes to protecting my family. I would do anything in the world. There is no limits on what I wouldn't do to protect my family from harm.
It's always amazing to me that he says his family so much. Who do you mean by your family, Chance? You've been disowned by every decent member of your family 100 times over, from your sister,
Yeah, is he talking about who, like, Ed and what's her
to
name?
your old stepdad,
Sally?
aunts and uncles. So when you say your family, you're talking about your grandmother and her boyfriend. That's not like family plural. That you basically just mean your grandma, and she doesn't deserve it. She raises little freaks like you the way that cats have litters every season. She's just been popping them out for decades now, and the world is worse off for it.
Whether it's legal or illegal, it don't matter. You can't put a price on protecting family. There are no bars.
Whether it's legal or illegal.
There are no legal limits when it comes to protecting your family and protecting your own. When it comes to protecting your own, like your family and your friends, it's no holds barred. There's no limits. Because you want to know what would happen if I went to jail right now? Well, let's say that I did for a second.
You would cry and freak out like you did when you got arrested the first time, dude.
Say that I did supposedly, Marty. You want to know how I'd be treated when I got to prison? I'd be treated as a hero. That's how I would.
No, dude. The second they realize what you've actually done online, you would probably be moved to a different area of the prison or jail.
Be treated if that were true. But the truth is, Marty himself, he did that on his own. And you want to know how they're going to treat you guys in prison when you guys go there? They're going to use you and they're going to extort you like hell. Especially when they find out what you three have done to me, my friends, and my family. You know, just because I for my family doesn't mean I have for my family. Just because I will for my best friends, that my extended family, does not mean I have my extended family.
I've noticed a lot of actually people who make videos do that. They'll look over as they're making a point. As they're trying to make a point, they'll look to their left or right. It's like, dude, camera's right in front of you, dude.
This is the most inane nonsense rant that I've ever... I don't even think that he knows what the plot is anymore. I think that he's just riffing at this point.
Everything you guys have put me through is coming down on the 6th, and you will be dealt with by the courts.
By the Discord Zoom courts that are totally real and totally conduct hearings that way.
You will be charged and arrested for all your crimes against me, against my lawyer, and more importantly, against my best friend Bloodbath. For all your crimes, for everything that you've done to us.
That was a weird way he just pronounced blood fart.
To our families, you will pay. And I fully intend, on the 6th, I fully intend to expose your lawyer as being just that.
I fully intend on the 6th on watching the entire stream with popcorn, laughing at the absolute meltdown you're going to have, and then probably making like a video and a live stream about it. So I'm glad we're on the same page, bud.
Fake. I fully intend to show. And
oh, come on, Morty. You're going to be there. Of course you're going to be there, but you'll be doing more than eating popcorn.
From the entire courts that he's a fraud, a phony, and a fake. Because a real lawyer would never do the things that you guys have been doing.
What?
A real lawyer wouldn't do the shit that your lawyer has been allowing you to do. A real
can you look back at your lawyer and every time you said, I'm going to let my lawyer answer the question, you would just talk and your lawyer would never tell you to be quiet?
Lawyer wouldn't sit back and watch this shit go on.
A real music artist releases songs that weren't made by AI. What's your point?
Man.
And trust me, when you're fake exposed for the fraud that he is, he too will face punishment. He too will face the courts.
Yeah, Chance. Everybody's gonna face the wrath of the Cyraxx Nation. That makes perfect sense. We're gonna jump ahead to his self-defense training video though, because these rants are getting a little bit repetitive, and I don't want to bore you guys. I certainly don't want to bore myself with it. So let's watch one. The other one was from November 1st, yesterday in the morning. This was from last night. He must have really hyped himself up given that villain speech because he decided to share some of his secret moves with us.
I teach you guys how to use everyday items as self-defense
Is he going to pull out a ring or what?
tools that are legal in every state across the board, in all 50 states. And today we're going to be going over one of my personal favorites that I use all the time, that I carry with me, which are these 9mm guitar jacks. You can get these at Walmart, you can get them at Guitar Center, Amazon, eBay, wherever you guys do your shopping at.
Chance, you don't carry anything with you. You don't go outside.
More likely you can get
and,
these.
and why would you have a guitar jack?
No, I know what you're
Why?
thinking. Well, dude, those are guitar jacks. What are they going to do? Well, there's a mindset that you have to have. And that mindset is that everything on you is a weapon. Whether it's your keys, necklaces, bracelets, obviously your hands.
Your goblin, your stylus. You could throw out some self-defense slurs. He really thinks he's like Bullseye from Daredevil.
Rings. Everything you have on you can be a weapon in the right circumstance, including these. And these are not sharp. I know what people are going to say, well, can't you stab somebody with these? No. Guitar jacks are not sharp. They have blunt, rounded ends. As you can see right there, they are blunt. They are not sharp. Now, they will leave an indent. They will leave an imprint on you whenever you do it hard enough. They will leave an indentation. Now, one thing that you can do is you can carry these in your pocket. You can, carry these in your pocket. You can get on a plane, do whatever. And
how would you, bro? No, have you tried this? Have you tried going through security with those in your pocket through TSA? Or what?
Nobody's gonna think anything of it, because who's really gonna think about, like, oh, guitar jacks, like...
Bro, can you imagine this dude walking through an airport?
That's not a weapon. This dude's obviously traveling. He's obviously a musician, or maybe you're an electrician.
Dude, no one's gonna think that if all you have is guitar jacks in your freaking pockets and nothing else.
Or maybe you're an electrician.
Yeah, Chance, if someone saw you on the side of the road holding two 9mm guitar jacks with no guitar and no other equipment of any kind, they're not thinking you're a traveling musician. They're thinking you're a homeless guy who found those in a dumpster, and now you're going to go try to get 35 cents for them at the junkyard.
Christian, and you need two 9mm jacks for something other than an electric guitar. Man. Like, maybe you work on amplifiers or something like that, and you need a 9mm jack for that, or whatever. I'm throwing out examples of what, people would think. Because when you walk up to somebody and they have two 9mm jacks in their hand, they're not going to think, oh, that's a weapon. They're going to think, oh, this guy's obviously going to the Guitar Center. Maybe.
They're going to think this homeless person looks aggressive and also like they're carrying something that I could catch. Did I remember to pack my pepper spray?
Show them, like, hey, I need this kind of jack, or whatever. And the cool thing about these is not only do they double as a self-defense tool, they also double as a fidget toy, because if you guys don't know...
Wait,
look at the shape of them. I should have known he was going to say that. We know what he means by fidget toy. We know what he's done with other cylindrical objects like a stylus, and we know what he's actually done with a literal fidget spinner. So I should not be shocked at all that he is
I have no idea what you're talking about,
suggesting there are alternative purposes for these jacks.
9mm jacks, they screw apart. So, like, say, like, you're in traffic or whatever, and you're waiting for that long-ass red light that we've all been at. You can sit there and you can...
Dude, have you ever been behind the wheel of a vehicle? What is he
that we've all
talking
been
about?
at, except some of us are in the driver's seat, and some of us are in the backseat of Sally's van.
You can fidget with it like this, You can sit there...
I mean, wouldn't you just pull out your phone? Or what?
Fidget with it. And the good thing is, if you have one of these, that's great, because you can fit it in the palm of your hand, stays hidden, and you can, you can hold it like this, and nobody's gonna think anything of it, because when you punch, you're not going like this, you're going like this. You want to punch like that. Now, the thing you can do is when you're punching, you can take the inside of your thumb, press it out like that. So essentially you can go, as you're coming around, say I'm throwing a punch.
What is this idiot
right, say I'm
talking
throwing
about?
a jab. As you're throwing the punch, you want to come around, push out, and strike down. Just
as you're throwing the jab, what you want to do is you want to fall to the ground, let your opponent climb on top of you, and then you want to do this.
Get the fuck out of here. Who's the king? You are? Then run away now. Shut the fuck up.
Fine. You win. You win. You win. Please let us go.
see, as you're doing it, you're basically creating a hammer fist. They're thinking you're going to throw a punch, but really, you're throwing that hammer fist. But they don't see this coming. All they see is a fist flying at their face. They're not seeing, oh, silver object, pointy, let me get out of the way. They're seeing your hand coming at the last second. You're deploying it out of your fist.
I also want to point out they
what is he talking about?
wouldn't be seeing it from this angle because the camera is below Cyraxx right now, but he stands at a stature of somewhere between 4'9" and 4'11", which means literally anyone he was ever going to do this to would be watching it happen from basically a bird's eye view. Oh, wait, shit. Now I have to make a quick correction.
No.
Actually, this does make perfect sense because anybody that Cyraxx was trying to do this to probably would be down here at this angle, if you guys know what I mean by that.
And into, like, their neck, their face, wherever you need to deploy it to remain safe. Now, one good thing is if you have the time to do it, here's one cool trick that you can do. You can use it like this, have two of them in your fist, you know, boom, boom,
What
boom.
is
You
that?
can hammer fist with it, or you can slide them inside each other and use it, you know, combat knife style. Just, you know, you can use it in a combat knife situation. And one good thing that you can do is if you hold it like this right here, if say that somebody's got you by the shirt and they got you by two hands, you can actually come down and come up with it and do real damage. Because when you're coming down on solid bone on somebody, that's gonna hurt. That's metal hitting against bone right there.
I'm sure I don't have to explain this to literally anybody. I'm sure just watching him do this is enough to convince you that these tips and this self-defense technique is absolute nonsense. But what he's failing to point out here is that even if that 9mm guitar jack was made of a material strong enough to do any real damage to anyone, or even if it was sharp enough to break the skin, which it's clearly easily not, it's too short and too narrow for him to get a decent enough grip on to do any damage whatsoever. If you try to whack somebody with it like that, it would either go flying out of your hand or it would barely graze them, and then you would look like an idiot standing there, having tried to attack someone with what is basically a plug.
Like, as you're coming down, you can hear this. You just hear that, you can hear that impact. And as you're coming back up, you can, you know, hit pressure points all up in here. There's muscles that you can hit using this. And as you're dragging up, you can hear that. Just now, imagine doing that. You know, as hard as you can, just boom, boom, boom. Imagine doing that. They're gonna let go of you real quick. And I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can see where, you know, I came down on myself. But they will leave bruises all along their arm. It will hurt. And the cool thing is, if they're coming at you and you want to go double fist, you can do that. You can literally take and deploy one out of one hand, slide it out and into the other. So basically, you're just gonna, again, you just want to say something's coming at you. You can just.
I don't even think he knows what he's trying to do right now. I literally think this is just like the last video where he had maybe the first 5 minutes planned, and he's going to spend the rest of it just trying to riff and find it as he goes.
Deploy one to one hand and get it ready. Just, again, you want to, when you're doing that and you see them coming at you, you can either do like I said, or if you want to, if they're coming quick and you know you're not going to be able to use that knife technique, you can literally just deploy one to one hand and boom, 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 you know, do whatever you got to do. Like I said, this is just one tool that I carry on me on a daily basis. I carry these everywhere I go. Whether I'm going.
Where do you keep them, Cyraxx? Is this a concealed carry situation? Where are you concealing them?
To the store, whether I'm going out for a walk, whether I'm just going out onto my porch to check the mail. Like, I always have these on hand. I carry them around the house from time to time, especially when family is at home, given the nature of, you know, that people know where I live.
Yeah, you know what I carry, Cyraxx? Like 40, because I'm not on a list that says I'm not allowed to have one because I'm mentally incompetent. Just saying.
And stuff like that. So, yeah. But like I said, these are great self-defense tools that are non-lethal. You can get these at pretty much any store for a few dollars. Super simple, easy to pick up. You can carry them anywhere. They're legal in all 50 states. These are self-defense. These are non-lethal. These are blunt. You know, puncturing anything. These are for, you know, to, you know, cause pain and do whatever you can to get away from your would-be attacker. And that also creates a space for you to get away and escape and get help, phone for help, do whatever. Again, these are really cheap. You can pick these up at any store. These are 9mm guitar jacks that I took off of 2 dead guitar cables that I no longer use.
What happened to the cables, Chance? They get bricked too? Well, he showed us this defense tutorial, but going back through some archives, I was able to find another example of him giving a defense tutorial. Only
yeah, where's the ring?
He's not using guitar jacks in this one.
No, he's using a ring.
He's using a different technique. So we'll take a look at that now.
Oh.
You don't understand. I understand. No, you don't. No, you don't. I have been trying to help me.
Wow, he's really just got a whole lot of ways to win a fight in his bag of tricks. I would not want to go toe-to-toe with him, man. Absolutely not. Very intimidating presence, Chance Wilkins is. But that is all we have for today.
All right, let's see here. This is my daytime soap opera. Cyraxx is a level 1 Final Fantasy goblin that you would one-shot over and over to farm XP, and I don't know what that is. I know what XP is. You know what Rax rants come off as? They come off as the arguments you have with yourself in the shower after an actual argument. For someone who has never won a fight in his life, he sure does think his name is Billy Badass. Cyraxx looks like he was born backwards into a bathtub. Oh man, I don't try to push the blame on other people, even though he's always telling people to go after Tony. My favorite Raxism is when he turns and gnarls his like a little dog to yell rage, and also when he has gnarled fingers all bunched up pointing at the webcam. Alright, if you made it this far through the video and you're not a subscriber, hit that sub, comment, any kind of feedback is warranted, and we'll definitely see you.